Okay, overall this looks really good. It looks like you've got a lot of nice shape. I really like the pants, and I think you could maybe use a couple more holding edges on the shoes if you want to, like maybe just doing Control-Shift-X to get the multi-cut tool, and maybe something else. Whoops, did that go in? No. Just to kind of harden those edges a little bit. Maybe another one here or something. Let's just compare these two and see what you like more. You can really see the definition on this, which is here. It kind of blurs in to the rest of the shoe. So look for those areas where you want to do that. I would, say same here, maybe on that side. Anyway, so you could do a little more on that. Whoops. These look good. You said you were getting some bumpiness in the back of the pants. I'm not sure. Looks pretty smooth to me. Oh, are you talking about here? What you could consider doing is terminating some edge loops at the top, or even before then. But I think I've shown this before, but I like using target weld for this, edges, and then do that the rest of the way up. Maybe you get to isolate this surface. Oh, is that it? Okay. And then you can just delete this edge. Shift right mouse click delete edge so they're not triangles, and you can, if you want, you can move this down some. Yeah, and so you can terminate some edge loops, and maybe you want to, let's turn on symmetry. Shift right mouse click, slide edge. Maybe you want to spread that out a little bit. See if that's, it already seems like it's helping a little bit. Maybe pull this down. Symmetry got broken somewhere along the way. Anyway, nice shape to the top. For something like this, let's isolate again. Shift right mouse click, toggle back face. Okay. So I like to give holes like this some thickness, so shift right mouse click, extrude edge. Let's turn off symmetry, and R for scale. Let's scale that inwards a little bit, and then shift right mouse click, extrude edge again, click on this thing, and then go down some, maybe add a division there too, and Anyway, what you get is a sense that this has some thickness to it. Oh, which normally doesn't quite look like that. It was too sharp of an edge, and hair looks really good. I like that. The face is great. Just really a lot of expression to it already. Really good shapes. It's clear you spent a lot of time on that. That's really nice work. It's great. And the hands. Yeah, again, there's some really good work there. A lot of just subtle shaping and detail, and I like this kind of line here. Looks like kind of, you can see the metatarsals, and might round this out a bit, you know, on these fingers. Just gonna select, shift double click around there, and shift right mouse click, slide edge, and pull this down. And that should round it out some compared to, you know, the sharper edges on these. Yeah, overall, really great work. Nice job. Okay, this is Jeffrey, and yeah, this is looking good. Looks like you worked out the kind of crisscrossing of the shirt pretty well. That turned out really nice. A little just concerned about that very sharp edge there, but I think it'll be alright. I guess it's one continuous surface as opposed to a separate one for the arms and body, which is fine. Whoops, what was that? What the heck just happened there? That was really weird. Let me reopen the file. There's something a little messed up in this area here. It's just some overlapping vertices, I think. Nothing that big of a deal. This looks like a five-sided face. You know, you could just, you know, turn some of this into triangle. And actually, no, that's, no, quads. That's better. Here's another five-sided face, I guess, or more. Actually, I don't know why you have this edge here. I might just delete that edge. Shift right mouse click, delete edge. I think you can do without it. Oh, did it leave the... Let's try to delete. Shift right mouse click, delete vertex. Oh. Yeah, it's a little, this area is a little, I don't know, pinched or something. You've got some overlapping vertices and stuff, edges. This should all somehow terminate here. And then a triangle just to So yeah, I could do a little cleanup there. I wonder if this is even an extra edge though, this whole thing. I guess you put that in because it's like you wanted it more squared off on the bottom or something. If that's the case, I would do something more that went around the bottom like that. Because I think, and then we just kind of straighten this out a little bit. Anyway, just gonna use a few little touch-ups on the shoe. His face is looking good. I usually put the eyebrows on top rather than build them in, but that's alright. Either way is okay. I don't usually recommend combining these. Do mesh separate, so they're two separate surfaces. You might want to build more of a mouth cavity than this. You'll probably need that. Just going to open this up a little bit. It's kind of I don't really want it to move the bottom, so I can't use soft select really. I just want to try to widen this opening. Probably could have symmetry on, would be a good idea right now. I'll turn on symmetry, just holding down W and then right mouse clicking. You can use soft select now maybe. Don't want to get any of that top in there as well. Just going to grow the selection. Shrink my soft selects down. I just did shift period, which is the greater than symbol, to grow the selection. Anyway, you get that. I think what you want to do, yeah, that's all messed up. I think just carefully go through and, you know, shape this mouth cavity. And then, yeah, just keep going with that and just, you know, make it a nice round opening mouth cavity. Wider. Should be able to scale it now, hopefully. I'll have to turn off symmetry to do that properly. Yes, see, you still got to fix those first. So anyways, I don't think you need to watch me move edges around all day. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks really good. I think you've got some elbow indication there. That's good. And I guess I would expect to see on the opposite side of the elbow a little bit more of like an indent here, or I guess it's here. I guess you've got a little bit of one, but I would tend to pull that in a bit more. Anyway, yeah, I think this is good. I think it's going to work well. Does this overlap at all? I might kind of tuck this in a little bit because I can see that when that knee bending, that I can see that maybe splitting apart. Or make it all one continuous surface. That would be the other choice. But either kind of extend it a little further in and kind of tuck it in a little bit, or make it one continuous surface. But good job. Okay, this is Craig, and yeah, this is looking really, really good. Great face. It's got a lot of personality to it. I like the hair too. The ears. Yeah, I mean, it's just looking really good all around. Might end up needing a little bit more topology on those fingers at the places that it's going to bend. And you might want to, I guess you've got a little bit of detail, but I might, do something like there and there. Oops, what happened to that second one? Oh, it went in the wrong spot. So assuming it's going to bend, did I do that wrong? Let's go back. Yeah, assuming it's going to bend here, I would do one on either side of it. And so the finger can hold its shape when it bends. So do that at each of the bend points, is add some more curves. This is going to be interesting when the character starts to bend, because this will stretch. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. I don't think it's going to do very well with the topology it has when it starts to stretch. I mean, I can show you like a really quick example. I'm not going to build a whole skeleton, but just to get the basic idea. It's very why is it not selecting the surfaces? Join hierarchy, and it's fine. This is just meant to be super rough, just to show you what I'm talking about, the issue I'm talking about. I know that's not what you wanted to do. I mean, I guess it's kind of holding up. It does stretch some, but it seems to, kind of hold its shape. So, yeah, let's just say let's not worry about it. Yeah, that looks good. I really don't have much to say on this one. I think you've done a really great job. Just nice, clean surfaces, good topology. Might want to do a little bit more of an indication of the knee. And again, I think a little bit more topology here. Maybe a loop on either side of the knee. and you know, maybe what in the heck did I just do? Does it look like that? That's weird. You know, let's just compare the two sides. You know, just a little bit more of a knee there, and similarly for the elbow, same thing. You might have enough topology right now, but you could kind of pull this out. Oh, I think it's just because I bound it already, and then that we're getting those weird colored vertices. If I delete history, that should go away. Alt-Shift-D. What? No. I think it color-coded the vertices when I bound it. Anyway, so yeah, maybe a little bit more of an elbow indication on the front and back, which will help when you start bending and that kind of thing. But yeah, overall it's great work. Okay, this is Taylor, and yeah, you're making some good progress. One of the things, I'm just going to turn this on, that I mentioned before is that you don't want to have these oblong shaped eyeballs, because what happens when you go to rotate them is that, and obviously that's not going to work. So what you need to do is, let's say 0.129. Oops. Get rid of the rotation there, maybe push it back some, and then you're going to want to shape the eyelid to the eyeball, not the other way around. So maybe this I will add to a layer and reference, just so I don't pick it. Just going to use soft select, hold down B, make it a bit smaller. I'm just going to pull this out, something like so. Maybe kind of pull this in a little bit and pull this out. Move that in some. You know, something like that. I mean, you get the idea. You could spend some more time on it, but you know, shape it better. But you know, that you're still fundamentally have a pretty similar looking kind of eye, but that's a proper spherical eyeball. And when I do rotate this eyeball, you know, it stays in shape. It looks like we have a little fix up here. Anyway, but you see what I mean compared to this. Whoa. Where's the pivot point on that one? Somewhere else. Oh, you've got two, by the way, here. Yeah, see how that's not going to work when, you know, if she looks left or right. But this one will. I think the hair could use a little more shaping. It's looking a little crazy, and this topology is not so great the way I don't really know how you've done this. Let's say you're going to want to start over on the hair. Oh, you've got a yeah, you don't want to just have these big faces. If you want, you can terminate edge loops if you want. So normally you'd have, oh, I see you've just kind of ended these here. It's not as easy to figure out. Because normally that would go all the way around the back of the head. But you could go back to modeling and mesh tools, target weld, maybe use vertex. I don't know how we're gonna, I guess, shift right mouse click delete edge. And that's now actually 1, 2, 3, 4 sided. This is 5 sided right here. Want to like move these up a bit. Might actually do this. I might just lose that. Do you need that for the shape of the head? Maybe not. Probably not. Yeah, see if you can get away with just not having that one. And then you're back to quads on most of that. Yeah, I think this nose could use some more shape. I think, you know, pulling out the bridge of the nose a bit. And maybe this as well. Maybe pulling this back in a little bit. It's getting that sort of fish lip kind of thing. And it's good to have the the lower lip kind of like a little bit behind the upper lip if you can. Turn off soft select and kind of do want soft select, but maybe just really small. Yeah, maybe we just want to get like a little bit more that like so, and I think the chin could use more shaping. Yeah, I mean, obviously this isn't completely done. There's no hands. I think maybe you could sort of might smooth out these cheeks a little bit. I don't like the kind of like. I think kind of evening out the topology here would be good. I like the sculpt geometry tool for that. Under the surfaces menu, sculpt geometry tool options, smooth. Make sure under stroke that reflection is turned on. Hold down B and then click and drag to change the size here. And then I'm just going to kind of touch that, and it just kind of evens out the topology bit, smooths it out. I'm going to do that a little bit here too. I mean, you can go back in afterwards and get, you know, rework the shape once the. Oops, did I do that? Or no? Okay, I think that's better. See how it's sort of more even now? I still think you've got this kind of. Whoops. I don't know if you want this kind of shape where it's all kind of swooping into this point here. I think maybe you want to, if you want to kind of. Actually, we could use this tool a little bit more. If you wanted to kind of push in from the side here, it's way too big. 0.1. Even that's too big. 0.01. Yeah, we can just with each click sort of push in a little bit here. I don't know, that's looking kind of weird. Oh, messing that up. Maybe the opposite, we could kind of pull out here and give it a little bit more of a chin. You know, maybe some more cheekbones here. I don't know. I mean, it's looking worse maybe. But anyways, it's a tool you can use to kind of help you out. I don't know that I like that any better, to be honest. Obviously you need to do the hands. This area concerns me a little bit. I don't know why everything looks so stretched here. So maybe you just want to add, Control Shift X for multi-cut and add another, loop there, and it got sort of terminated here. Yeah, something went a little funny with your topology around the arm, and then it gets super tight in there. Yeah, and then there's these really pinched ones here. These really pinched edges. I don't know why those are there. So yeah, that could be cleaned up. And then you have these very large faces here. So what you kind of want to see on this is like roughly even topology, where it's like you don't have any really long, narrow ones like that, and then maybe you don't have any really big ones like this one, like that. Like they should all be kind of ideally kind of roughly equally sized squares. This one's better. The pants are better where it's kind of a little more even. And that should work okay. You might want to give a little bit more of an indication of a knee, but that's pretty much there. And these shoes, whoops. Okay. Again, there's some stretched out stuff going on here. And then all these kind of narrow extra edges here. I might try to clean that up a bit. And then maybe kind of extend this a little bit further down, because you don't want them to sort of see inside, see the end of the leg. So yeah, you've got a way to go. I think there's a lot of little cleanup stuff you could do on the model, but keep going. Okay, this is Catherine. Yeah, I mean, you're making some good progress. I think you just gotta fill in those empty spots. I think this could use a little bit more shaping here. Maybe kind of pull these back a bit. Pull this one out, touch here. Just using my shift greater than, and just want to maybe kind of shift that lower lip back behind the front one just a touch. I'll just have the soft select on just a little bit here. I just don't want to move much of that top lip. Maybe we could, yeah, definitely sort of turn that soft select off. I could slide this edge, shift right mouse click, slide edge to round out that lip some. Got a little bunched in the corner here. I like that sculpt surfaces thing. Yeah, there's some, it just needs more work around here, it just needs, I think we should do the same on the top. Shift right mouse click, slide edge, and yeah, just round that out a bit. Maybe close this a bit. Oh yeah, we don't want to just check it in the sort of look a little better. Okay. Yeah, it's sort of, I might use that sculpt geometry tool, surfaces, sculpt geometry tool, options, that smooth thing, and make sure under stroke that reflection's on, and just make my brushes a little smaller and just kind of smooth out. You might lose some of the shape when I do this, so you know, have a little, kind of a light touch and be ready to go back if you're gonna. Oh, wait a minute, what's it doing? What's it? Something is looking like the reflection. See, the reflection kind of freaks out at some point. I'm just gonna undo a few of those. See where the, right when I get past here, the reflection kind of freaks out, which might mean there's some issue with the, you know, it being symmetrical. I think, yeah, the chin needs more shape right now. A little bit more chin. Yeah, maybe you got. Maybe pull some of these forward a bit. Overall, the head's looking pretty good. The hair should work. I think, yeah, you just need to kind of fill in this body shape here. Probably need more detail on the neck. You know, a couple of those, and kind of maybe shape that a bit more. Hand is looking okay. Something went a little wacky here. There shouldn't be so many triangles. Not quite sure how that happened. It's something. I mean, it'll work. It's not great though. Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of, you just, I don't really know how you ended up doing that, but let's just leave it, I guess. Yeah, so get these, you know, get like a middle body shape here. That could be a pretty, you know, start with a cylinder and you get a pretty simple shape. And here I might just, you know, extrude edge down and keep widening it until I fill out that area. I could probably give the breasts a little bit more shape. And yeah, and get these kind of ankles and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's coming along. You just need to keep going. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, this is Hannah, a very cool character, really interesting. Yeah, it's looking good. I really like the shape of the shoes. I think that's really nicely done. You might want to have his buckle kind of scooch back and sort of more fitted to the, you know, the foot there. It's weird to have that big gap there, I think. And I would probably say that this knee thing would work better if, you know, how you have it sort of pushed out in front, if it was then kind of pushed in the back on the opposite side. I don't know, that looks a little weird, but I'm not sure I like that. But I think it's going to bend better. I think it's going to, you know, because you know, you want it to kind of fold there. I think these need to go in as well a bit. And whoops. Yeah, I like that better. I mean, yeah, you put more time into getting a nice shape, but at least conceptually. Oh, you've got a really tight extra edge there. You might give yourself a little bit. I'm gonna turn off soft select and give yourself a little bit more room. Just like soften that up a little bit. Yeah. And then maybe a little bit more indication of an elbow, and I think you need some additional topology. Let's say the arm's going to bend about, I don't know, here. Something like that. Or, I mean, if it's going to bend right here, then you would put one on either side of that, and then I would say kind of pull out, make that a little smaller, soft select. I'm just holding down B and clicking and dragging. Pull that back a little bit, and maybe push this in a little bit. I like that a little better. Yeah, hands look great, actually. They look really good. Nicely modeled, I think. It's really good shapes. Yeah, you do have, you've got the extra edges on these knuckles, but I think it got a little tight here. So I might just spread those out. Whoop, not that much. You know, maybe so it's even on either side. I don't know, I might be going too far, but I think I felt like it was a little tight before. And then you can also do, just much like with the elbow and the knee, you can do little kind of indications of the knuckles here. And then, you know, do the opposite on the other side here. You can just compare this finger. Well, it's subtle. I guess you had a little bit of that there. Yeah, I guess maybe I ruined it by spreading out the edges. I don't know. But I think if like on this one, it goes up here, but I think it should go up like this one. I'll just scale that in. You know, if you were going to have a bigger one, it might be this one. Kind of move that up. Maybe back. Move that back like that. Anyway. You were saying something about the bridge of the nose. Just going to isolate this head here. Regarding the bridge of the nose, I would basically, you know, just try spreading out some of this stuff. So make sure symmetry is on. I'll move some of these points out further. Maybe some of these edges, I'll use slide edge, shift right mouse click, slide edge tool. You know, just kind of spread this stuff out. Like so. Maybe a little bit more on these guys. And I think it's a bit smoother if that's what you were going for. This got maybe too tight here. I think they're just really elongated, you know. Can we get another edge loop going, or is that going to make things, I mean, you're going to have to like terminate that later on the head. I'm just wondering, I think the other thing is we can kind of move some of these up a bit. There's one thing I like, which is in the, if you hold down W and you go axis, no, it's not axis, sorry, it's, oh yeah, transform constraints, surface slide, and it should try to kind of keep these, like keep the shape of the surface the same, but just sort of move where the points are on it, if that makes sense. Just trying to move those up a little bit, just so they're yeah, I mean, everything gets a bit stretched here. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing to aim for, is to just keep, you know, um, kind of, even things out and spread them out a little bit, and I think you'll find it's a little less, I think that's getting better. And a little bit of an issue with this edge. Yeah, better. Maybe? I don't know. Let me know if that's doing what you were hoping for. Um, yeah, you've got kind of a very flat head. You might work on sort of rounding this out a little bit better um, with these. I guess it doesn't look that bad smooth, but you might, you know, push some of these forward. I'll turn off the edge slide actually. Oops. Transform constraint off. Okay. Just giving myself a little room to move here. Maybe spread these out a little bit too, because I don't know, is that any better? Maybe a little bit. Kind of seeing these sort of lumps here. But you might cover that with maybe like a hat or something, right? Yeah, it's not like we really see that anyways. I'm not going to worry about it. For the neck, you might want to, maybe shift right mouse click, extrude edge, and just give yourself this turn off symmetry. Just have that go inside. And then similarly for this edge, shift right mouse click, extrude edge. And let's just pull that straight down and scale it in a bit. Something like that. So we don't see any gaps. Yeah, looks great. I think you're doing a really great job. Next up is Gordon, but I think you may have turned in the wrong file. It says right here assignment 4.1, and it looks like what you've turned in for 4.1 as well. Or I can't remember exactly, but it doesn't have the head or any of that stuff, and it doesn't match the image there. And I opened up I opened up in a text editor, and it said last modified on 7th of October, October 7th. So just turn in the correct file, and we'll take a look then. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong one. Okay, this is Adanya, and yeah, the body and the torso and the pants look good. The boots, I think we talked about this last time. They're looking really big on top. I think you could use some more, some more topology throughout, and then I think it's like a nice big soft select here. Scale this. Actually, I probably let me do that before I add those extra ones. Oh. That's alright, I'll fix that afterwards. But maybe you even want to, what would circularize do to this? No, freak it out. You know what I might do actually is just go back a step here, and I'm just gonna grow this selection that's shift period, which is the greater than symbol, just until I have that one clean edge there. And then I'll take that edge. Oh wait, where? I don't know why you've got. Yeah, this edge is causing you some trouble here. Whoops. Slide edge. Yeah, I might. Do you need that one? I think you've got it going all the way up. It's here for this part, but it's. Let's just get rid of that for the moment, anyways. I'll probably add something in afterwards, but these are causing you troubles with this shape right now. And then you can maybe add those in after you get the shape on top right if you need to put some holding edges in. Shift on my mouse, click delete edge. Now I'll do that circularized thing. Then scale that in, position it more to this thing, you know. Whoops. You know, something like that. I think this could slide back maybe. That's messing up that part down there, but maybe at least this part of it. Just trying to even this out a little bit. Anyway, and then you could do the lip at the top there, etc., etc. Maybe you want to round out the bottom part too a little bit. You know, just take a step back. You know, remove some of these edges. Maybe not that one. I would keep that one. Oh, you've got. Oh, something didn't get. Yeah. See, look at these. You don't. You need to. I don't think I did that. You can check though if I did. I'm just selecting all those and shift right mouse click delete vertex. Ooh, oh, it got rid of the. That's not so good. I wonder if I didn't do the proper delete edge when I got rid of one of those edges, but I thought I did. Yeah, you've got loads of these little guys that are messing things up. Well, anyways, you could delete them and then put back in the edges if you want. On the head, yeah, it looks like you've got, you know, ways to go on shaping the head. It's very kind of, you know, wedge shaped here. If you look from the bottom, for example, so that needs some attention. And I think what happened is you added a lot more detail before you got the basic shape looking, you know, kind of right. And so now you have a lot of extra loops to deal with before you did that, which makes it more effort. But let's turn on symmetry, and I might try just pushing these out. I'll just use my middle mouse drag with that same arrow highlighted. Looks kind of weird. I think maybe it needs to spread out a little bit too this way. Starting to round out. I might use that. I like that under the surfaces menu, that sculpt geometry tool, double click for the options. Here's a smooth. Under stroke, turn on reflection, and hold down B and grow those and see if we can get that to do that. I might delete history, Alt Shift D, because it seems like to be freaking out a little bit. Wow, see, sometimes, look, the reflection kind of freaks out sometimes. Reflection across the x-axis, is that right? Maybe we need one across the y is the problem. Nope. X was right. Alright, we'll just be real careful with this. Oh, don't like that. Just be ready with that undo button. If you see, we don't want to do that. But sometimes this can kind of just smooth out problematic topology. And then you're starting from a better place again when you want to, and then I think similar to what I did on that bottom lip, you'll want to pull out the top lip. You'll want to do the mouth cavity by extruding that edge inward. But what I would say is, let's get all of these and move all of those forward a bunch. Just deselecting these and then move forward a bit more. Deselect those and move forward more. And, starting to get a little bit better of a shape there. Maybe this is pushed in a bit too far. I think, we could grab the corners of the mouth here. B for soft select, grow the selection. Maybe pull it out this way a bit. And let's do a bigger selection. Pull that out a bit. Maybe forward some more. Maybe this could kind of... Anyway, so I think that's starting to get a little better. And then you'll want to do that mouth cavity. Let's turn off soft select. Shift right mouse click extrude edge. I'll just do double-sided lighting so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Turn off symmetry. Pull that in. Use scale to kind of spread that out. Maybe move that up a little bit, and then scale this out some more. And then Control Shift X, get another loop here, and then scale that out a bit more. Anyway, you can see where you're getting kind of a mouth cavity going. Maybe we want to flatten this out this way a bit if we can. I can see what Circularize does for that. Ooh, I like that. That actually worked pretty well. I should have thought of that before. Because then it's going to really help get this in a sensible sort of shape. Whoops. Why? There we go. Okay. Anyways, that's getting a decent mouth cavity now. I think gonna definitely need another edge loop on the lip there, and let's take that one and that loop, double click to scale that in a bit, kind of helping round out the lips a little bit more. Anyways, so it just needs a lot of shaping. I don't know that there's going to be any trick. And again, that sort of whole wedge shape thing, I think you just kind of pull a lot of this stuff forward because the whole head is in a real kind of wedge shape. Look at that. If you look from above, you just need to pull that and get all this, rounded out, get a nice kind of flatter front of face curve going. So keep going on that. Get the hands in there. Rest of the body's looking okay. We talked about the boot a little bit, so yeah. And the head also, it just looks disproportionately small, so you might want to make that bigger. Okay, this is Gwendolyn, and yeah, this is a good looking head. I think yeah, we might want to. Oh, it's pretty good actually. I'm gonna turn off wireframe unshaded so I can just see the surface. Yeah, we've got some funniness here. Let's see if the sculpt geometry tool helps us out with that. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. I was just changing the size. See, I don't know why the... Actually, I think that might have helped a little bit. Oh, watch out for that. See, I would think it would do that with that screen projection thing, that it would... But, I don't know. No, it just really needs this one. Anyway. A little kind of stretched out here, too. Not sure I like that. No, actually it probably did help a bit. Oops. See, it's doing that thing where the reflection isn't right. Something a little funny with the nostrils here, too. Make sure symmetry's on now. Just kind of, they were kind of squared off or something. You were saying something about, you know, Asian features or something. I'm not really sure, except just to say, you know, looking at reference and trying to copy it. You know, find the particular head that you want to match the look of. Did I do that to the lips? Or are they like that? Kind of see if we could pull this bottom lip back. Just a little bit of soft select on. Because that bottom lip should be a bit lower, you know, a bit tucked back underneath behind the top one. Maybe I went too far, I don't know. Maybe I can try to soften this thing again now that I've pinched it a little bit. Yeah, it seems a little better. You could try sort of pushing these in a little bit. Maybe I'll use the axis normal and kind of push on the... I'm not sure I like that actually. I'll just go back to object and just kind of push that in some. Is that better? I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit more from over here. Oops. Better? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe you want to, it's a little wedge shaped here. You might want to pull forward some of this. Just going to grow that a little bit and kind of. I don't know if I'm going too far. I can like puff this out if you want to puff it out. If you use the axis normal and then pull on that, you can kind of get that a little more. Did that help? Anyway, yeah, I give that a little more attention. But yeah, I really want to see the rest of the whole thing put together. So turn that in when you got it done, and keep going. Okay, this is Josh, And yeah, this is looking pretty good. The body looks good. A little concerned about the lack of topology in the back here, so I might add in a little bit some more over the shoulders here. You might even just go kind of put on symmetry. It's on like whoop. I know this is making triangles, but based on how it's built, it just seemed like an easy way to add something like that. It's not that clean, but just put this back to object. Okay. That looks a little better to me. And the pants, I still don't know why you've got this extra ridge here. I think we talked about that in the last one. That seems really, if you're going to have that in there, at least, I'm just going to turn off soft select. See if we can slide that away a little bit so it's, that seems a little better to me, but maybe you need to shape the butt again a little bit. Well, that needed some shaping anyways. Still wondering about the hands. I'm just wondering, where did you import them or did you make them yourself? They don't look like the hands from my tutorials, so let me know about that. Yeah, this face is looking a little primitive. I just think you could take a little bit more time to shape it. I definitely think maybe we could pull these forward a bit, so it's a little less V-shaped there. And then oh, why isn't that? Ooh, what happened? It looked like you used to have a whole bunch of more loops here, and then you got rid of them because I see all of these. Let's see, is it going to let me delete these? Yep, but then I have to put this one back in. This edge. And then, yeah, now we're back to normal. So I would put at least a couple more in there. I mean, the idea was to match the top edges and the bottom edges so that they line up. So you could probably add a lot more bottom edges, or maybe you could take out one or two top edges. Like, I'm wondering if you can do without these, for example, and then maybe spread out. Well, slide these and even them out a little bit. Maybe not so high up, but here. That's kind of widening the nose the way you have it built, but yeah, I would still add some more lip detail. And then you're going to want to do that the mouth cavity. So let me just turn off symmetry and extrude edge and click this and pull that in and then circularize that. What did it do? Why did it do such a bad job? It went berserk. Let me just put on the two-sided lighting. Can I fix that? Why does that look so messed up? Something's fishy about this surface. Is there more? No, that looks pretty normal to me. Try that again now that I've flattened that out. Oh, that's better. A little bit. Still seems real kind of twisted, especially in the bottom. but the top doesn't somehow. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. I think we're getting there. So then maybe add another one in here, and I can circularize that one as well. And yeah, and just adjust that, kind of straighten it out a bit. And now you could easily, just scale these to get decent shape. So you've got sort of a mouth cavity going, and then you can, probably add Control-Shift-X, maybe add one there, and one on the inside here, and then maybe slide this edge a bit to kind of, hey, it doesn't want to slide? Oh yeah, now it's sliding. Yeah, I'm just trying to round out the lips a little bit. Anyway, yeah, I just think it just needs more work. And there's not much shape to the eyelids here. I think you probably have a few too many loops, at least for now. Try to get the shape a little closer before you add quite so many loops around the eyes. Get that more shape like an eyelid first. So I would take out these loops and then shape that kind of more like an eyelid, and then put in the ones in between once you have it a little closer, and kind of work on this shape as well to get it less V-shaped. So definitely some work to do on the head. I think the pants, I would just like I've shown in some others, make sure you've got some extra topology around the knee. And I have symmetry off, but you get the idea anyways. Let's hold on, W, symmetry, Control-Shift-X. Why are these pants not symmetrical? I guess not. So, Alt-Shift-D to delete history. Let's isolate this. Front view, frame selected, right mouse click, face. Delete half of this. Well, I can see where it wasn't totally symmetrical. What is going on with that? That looks a little weird. Well, you got some overlapping edges here, which I'm not too fond of. Kind of, it's a little messed up in there. So you'd want to clean that up, but just in the interest of time, Control F9 will convert that to vertices, although we only want the ones on the inside edge. We don't want those other ones. So okay, and then let's just check on the front view, and let's absolute transform X 0. That's absolute? That's weird. Let me try freezing transformations on this. Delete history again, Alt-Shift-D. I'll select that edge, Control F9 to convert to vertices, deselect those, make sure I've got the right points selected, not you. Ooh, what is going on there? Oh, I have symmetry on. That's what's going on there. Okay, and let's see if it works now. Oh yeah, now it's working. Okay, so then I'll just delete history again, and let's see if it lets me do the mirror this way. Mirror options, merge custom 0.001. Nope. Why not? X. Is it this way? looks right to me. I don't know, there must be something a little funny about the surface. So we'll just do this manually. Control D for duplicate. Well, let's check the pivot point on this. D and V, and middle mouse drag to there. Control D for duplicate, scale of -1. Select these two. Oh, wait a minute. Did I undo the thing where I lined up the center edge? I must have accidentally undid that. Oh, what's that? Why is... Oh, there's this weird... Is that? Where should that be? Do you have like a whole... There's like a whole extra bunch of edges here. I think that's what's kind of screwing up the situation with this. How did that happen? Yeah, it's like it starts down here or something. But it's not a whole stripe, no. Oh, that, yeah, but that goes down there. Huh. I don't know, I need to kind of sort out what is going on here. Like there's this whole extra inside set of surfaces here, which I think are going to make your life hard. Gonna delete all that out. Wow. Yeah, something was really not right there. Let's try starting here. And then grow shift. I'm just doing shift period, which is the greater than symbol. Okay, so now what I would say is kind of, you know, once you get rid of some of that mess, you could, you know, then just, you could recreate it afterwards, but there's still some... Look at this little edge here versus this. Maybe we can just get rid of that. Look, see that face overlaps the other one. I think it's cleaned up now. Let's deselect these. Okay. Yeah, we got this still. Alright, let's put those at 0 again. I wonder if now the mirror will work properly. Let's see, where's the pivot point? Yeah. See, there was just some kind of... So like... extra surface. I might have some mirror settings set wrong. And then you can go back in now and that's off, and then maybe go back in and, you know, rebuild your you know, that part you had here. I don't know exactly what it looked like, but you could build it with the clean thing moving forward. I don't know, something like that. But at least it's clean now. We don't see it much anyway. Alright, keep going. Yeah, rework the face a little bit. Let me know what the story is with the hands. Okay, it's coming along.